Tuna is a valuable seafood, and tuna fishing requires technique and experience. To catch tuna, fishermen often use methods such as longline fishing, bait fishing, or even using large ships to go far offshore. Longline fishing is one of the popular methods, in which a long fishing line is pulled along the ship, with thousands of hooks hanging at different distances. These hooks will drop bait to the depth where tuna often forage. In addition, many fishermen also use the fishing technique of dropping bait on the water surface and pulling the fish up when they bite. Tuna fishing boats are often equipped with satellite positioning devices and sonar to locate the fish schools. Tuna fishing requires careful preparation and must comply with regulations to protect marine resources to ensure that the ecosystem is not harmed. Once the tuna are caught in the net, the next step is to pull them onto the ship. Because tuna are strong fish, pulling them up can encounter strong resistance, requiring fishermen to have skills and endurance. Large tuna can weigh up to hundreds of kilograms, so careful handling is important to maintain the quality of the fish meat. An important factor in tuna fishing is the preservation of the fish immediately after catching. Tuna is often chilled or frozen immediately to ensure freshness when transported to markets. In particular, tuna after being caught will be brought to processing plants to produce products such as canned tuna, tuna fillets, or fresh tuna. Proper preservation and processing of tuna not only helps increase economic value but also helps meet consumer demand. However, tuna fishing not only brings economic benefits but also poses challenges in protecting marine resources. The tuna fishing industry is currently facing problems such as overfishing and the impacts of climate change, requiring sustainable management measures to ensure the long-term development of the industry to address the problems of overfishing and protect tuna resources. Many countries and international organizations have established regulations and measures to manage fisheries. One important measure is the application of a catch quota system, which limits the amount of tuna that can be caught in each season, thereby helping to protect tuna populations from being depleted too much. In addition, the use of advanced technologies such as satellites and underwater sensors helps to monitor the status of tuna populations and limit the capture of young tuna that have not reached reproductive age. In addition, fishermen are also encouraged to use sustainable fishing methods, such as minimizing the use of large mesh nets or tools that can harm other fish species. These methods not only help protect tuna but also protect other marine species, maintaining the balance of the marine ecosystem. In addition to applying management measures, raising public awareness of the importance of protecting marine resources also plays an important role. Campaigns to propagate and educate about the responsible consumption of tuna and choosing products certified as sustainable will help reduce pressure on this resource. Thanks to these efforts, it is hoped that the tuna fishing industry can develop sustainably and continue to provide a valuable food source for the world, while protecting the biodiversity of the ocean. In addition to management measures, another important factor in protecting tuna and marine resources is promoting scientific research on these fish species. Studies on the migration, reproduction and behavior of tuna help scientists better understand their development and life cycle. This not only helps identify areas that need to be protected, but also helps develop rational and efficient fishing strategies that avoid overfishing in important breeding areas. A growing trend in the tuna fishing industry is the adoption of sustainability certifications and labels, such as the Marine Stewardship Council (MSC) certification. This is one way for tuna consumers to identify responsibly caught products, thereby creating incentives for fishermen and food processors to implement better environmental protection measures, as consumers prioritize sustainable products. The industry will have a stronger incentive to improve fishing methods and reduce negative impacts on marine ecosystems. Furthermore, governments and international organizations are increasingly cooperating to protect global marine resources. International agreements on fisheries management and conservation, such as the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, UNCLOS, have promoted cooperation between countries and created a solid legal foundation for managing marine resources. In short, although tuna fishing brings great economic benefits, implementing conservation and sustainable management measures is extremely important to ensure that this valuable resource will last long and not harm the marine ecosystem. With the efforts of stakeholders, from fishermen to international organizations, we can expect a sustainable future for the tuna fishing industry. Achieving sustainability in tuna fishing is a key element in cooperation between countries, fishermen and non-governmental organizations. Countries with tuna fishing areas need to develop international agreements to share information, conduct research and agree on fishing regulations, sharing data on tuna numbers, spawning areas and the health of tuna populations will help countries make timely and appropriate policy decisions. In addition, promoting environmentally friendly fishing methods should also be considered a long-term strategy. For example, instead of using large trawls, methods such as handlines or small nets can be applied to reduce the bycatch of other fish species, especially endangered species. Some fishermen have also turned to advanced technologies to make fishing more efficient and reduce their environmental impact, such as satellite tuna tracking systems or school detection devices. In addition to physical protection, public education and advocacy on the importance of protecting marine resources is also key. When consumers are properly aware and choose sustainable tuna products, they will help push the food industry to change and adopt more responsible fishing methods. This will not only protect tuna but also many other marine species. Finally, investing in research and innovation in the tuna processing industry can also bring many benefits. New technologies such as recycling tuna waste, processing byproducts into valuable products or developing tuna products from smaller tuna species can also help reduce pressure on large tuna stocks. This creates a circular economy model where all parts of the tuna are used and not wasted. With the continuous efforts of stakeholders and the cooperation of the community, we can fully hope for a sustainable future for the tuna fishing industry, protecting not only the tuna but also the marine resources in general, in addition to applying sustainable protection and management measures. The tuna fishing industry also needs to face the challenge of climate change. Climate change is affecting the temperature and salinity of the seawater, leading to changes in the distribution and migration behavior of tuna. These changes can cause tuna to move to new areas or change their spawning habits. Making it difficult to determine optimal fishing areas and can change the global tuna supply to respond to this challenge. The tuna fishing industry needs to focus on developing climate change adaptation strategies. Climate research can help determine future tuna migration trends, which can help adjust fishing plans and protect important spawning areas. At the same time, developing predictive models and using advanced technology will help fishermen flexibly change their fishing methods to be more efficient while still protecting tuna populations. Research and monitoring of tuna and marine ecosystems also need to be strengthened. The development of monitoring technologies such as underwater sensors and onboard automation systems will make it easier for fishermen to locate tuna schools, while minimizing the impact on other fish species and the marine environment. Research programs could also focus on developing more heat-resistant tuna, which can adapt to environmental changes caused by climate change. Equally important is support from governments and international organizations in developing policies that support fishermen to adopt sustainable fishing methods and invest in new technologies. These policies could include training programs, financial support for fishermen to switch to less environmentally damaging fishing methods, or support for scientific research on sustainable seafood development. Ultimately, collaboration between industry, scientists, fishermen, NGOs, and government agencies will create a solid foundation for protecting tuna and marine resources in the long term. Promoting global cooperation will not only help the tuna fishing industry develop sustainably, but also contribute to protecting and restoring marine ecosystems, maintaining the balance of nature, and ensuring benefits for future generations to ensure the sustainable development of the tuna fishing industry in the context of increasing challenges. An important factor that cannot be ignored is the participation of the community and consumers. Raising public awareness of the impacts of fishing and the role of tuna in the marine ecosystem will help create a solid foundation for changes in consumption habits. When consumers choose tuna products that are certified sustainable, they will directly contribute to promoting the seafood industry to change and meet the need for environmental protection. One potential solution in the future is the development of tuna alternatives, such as products from aquaculture or biotechnology, to reduce the pressure on wild tuna fishing. Research on tuna farming in artificial environments or marine aquaculture systems can open up a new direction for the industry, not only reducing the exploitation of wild tuna but also helping to meet the growing market demand. This is a revolutionary approach to maintaining supplies without harming wild tuna populations. In addition, marine conservation initiatives, such as the establishment of marine reserves or no-take zones, will play an important role in creating safe zones for tuna and other marine species. These areas will help marine species recover and develop. thereby providing a stable marine resource for the tuna fishing industry in the long term. Protecting tuna spawning areas is also important, as this is where the fish breed and grow. In the context of globalization, international cooperation in fisheries management is more essential than ever. International organizations such as the International Cooperative for the Management of Tuna, ICCAT, have been playing an important role in regulating tuna catches and determining conservation strategies. Agreements between countries, especially those with tuna fishing areas, need to be further strengthened and expanded. International consensus will help protect tuna resources not only at the national level but also at the global level, ensuring a sustainable future for tuna fisheries. Finally, improved governance, from strict monitoring to handling violations in the fishing industry, will also be crucial. Measures such as fishing permits, inspection of fishing gear and tuna transportation procedures will help prevent illegal fishing activities. Protect marine resources and minimize negative impacts on other marine species. In short, maintaining sustainability in tuna fisheries requires a close combination of factors such as science, technology, policy, and active community participation. When all parties work towards the common goal of protecting the marine environment, we will be able to build a sustainable tuna fishery that meets human needs while protecting biodiversity and balancing the marine ecosystem for future generations to ensure the long-term sustainability of tuna fisheries. Strategies need to be implemented at multiple levels, from national to regional and global. The development of effective policies, regulations and monitoring systems is key to maintaining these marine resources. Countries, especially those with developed tuna fisheries, need to continue to strengthen the enforcement of strict regulations on the protection and recovery of tuna populations, through measures such as reducing the number of fishing vessels, reducing large mesh nets, or applying advanced technology for monitoring and control. An important part of management is the creation of transparent and accountable monitoring mechanisms. This includes improving the recording and disclosure of tuna catch data, using digital tools and satellite data to monitor fishing behavior at sea. Fishing vessels can be equipped with GPS systems and sensors to monitor fishing activities, thereby limiting overfishing or illegal fishing. In addition, mechanisms to encourage fishermen and food processing companies to adopt sustainable fishing methods should also be developed. Subsidies or financial support for fishermen using less environmentally damaging fishing methods can motivate them to change their habits. At the same time, creating markets for sustainable tuna products through certifications such as the Marine Stewardship Council, MSC, will help ensure that consumers can choose products that are caught and processed responsibly. In addition to technical and policy solutions, developing education and public awareness about the importance of protecting tuna and marine ecosystems is indispensable. When people understand the importance of tuna to the marine economy and the environment, they become informed consumers, contributing to initiatives to protect marine resources. Education and awareness campaigns also help increase community participation in marine protection activities and promote cooperation between stakeholders, from fishermen to conservation organizations. Another important factor is the creation of opportunities for international cooperation in tuna research and conservation. Cooperation agreements between countries to share scientific data, technology and